What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Wednesday afternoon's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. I'm going to do my best to keep you guys up to date with what's happening in this summer's transfer window from a Liverpool perspective, and I'd love you guys to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, and of course don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We are closing in on 262,000 subscribers, and every one of you that hit that button really does help. So the good news, at least I hope it's good news, is that I will be back tonight at 8:30 for a live stream. Hope you guys can join us for that. There's no Euros action on today, so plenty of time for us to get stuck into what is happening in this summer's transfer window. Right, I'm going to start off with just a quick update around the Anthony Gordon situation, because I don't really see this one progressing anytime soon. This piece here says that Liverpool remain interested in the Newcastle winger and may have to pay at least £70 million if they want to sign him from Newcastle. Now, £70 million, I'm not actually too fussed about that. I thought it was going to be way closer to 100 based on the reports that were coming out about what Newcastle would want to sell him. If Liverpool have to pay 70 million and they decide that Anthony Gordon's the one they want, I can almost understand that. They paid 40 with 5 million in add-ons when they brought him in from Everton. He had a very good campaign. Obviously, he's gone away and got some experience with England as well. I think it's okay if Liverpool want to do it, but he still wouldn't be my top target. My top target, I'm going to be talking about at the end of the video, and that's what probably why you clicked on this video today about Nico Williams, so bear with me on that one. Next up though, a little bit of good news for Liverpool in that two players that we were worried that may have to represent their countries at the Olympics, or at least a row that might be brewing with their countries over the Olympics, have eased those fears. Wataru Endo and Mohamed Salah have confirmed that they will not be taking part in the Olympics with Japan and with Egypt. They will be there for Arne Slot, giving him a full pre-season with the boys. Mohamed Salah currently on his holidays, as well as Wataru. Those guys should start to come back to the AXA training facility from Friday onwards. That's when the senior players start to come back. The under-21s, they reported back on Monday, and obviously some of the guys who were involved in the international tournaments that went out early, their return to the AXA training facility will be staggered over the next few weeks. Next up is that Liverpool have signed a groundbreaking agreement, but it isn't around a transfer, unfortunately, with Husqvarna, the Swedish lawnmower company. This piece in the Echo said, Liverpool confirmed groundbreaking new deal as club officials chase £300 million target, and that would of course be £300 million worth of sponsorship or commercial deals for the football club. That's brilliant. Look, we all welcome any new money into the club, but we would like to see that translate, obviously, into signings for Arne Slot for the first team. So, welcome on board, Husqvarna. I'm sure we'll all be getting our Liverpool lawnmowers delivered at some point in the future, but hopefully it just adds a little bit more money to Arne Slot's transfer budget. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is a bit of bad news, unfortunately. Both Di Marzio and Fabrizio Romano are reporting that Arsenal are in pole position to sign Bologna centre-back Riccardo Calafiori. Obviously, Liverpool have been mentioned. We've all spoken about him many times here on the channel as well. It looks like Arsenal are in pole position. Fabrizio Romano has said Arsenal have presented long-term proposal to Riccardo Calafiori after interest revealed last week. Fabrizio said he understands that the player is open to joining Arsenal if they can agree terms with Bologna, and Chelsea are still there as well. Arsenal and Chelsea, the only two clubs in talks with Bologna right now, meaning again, we look like we're just hanging around, waiting for, I don't know, and that's kind of the problem, right? We've brought in all these people, Richard Hughes, we've brought back in Michael Edwards, Julian Ward, we brought in the guy from Benfica as the analyst as well, Rafael Marquez I think his name is. When are we going to get going? That's the problem. And look, I understand people are going to say it's early in the transfer window, but clubs are starting to do their business. Spurs made a great signing in young Archie Gray, bringing him in. Chelsea have been at it as well, 2 or 3 signings I think. Villa have done some business. Arsenal looking at this Bologna deal. Plenty of other clubs, United closing in on De Ligt. It is hopefully time that we spring into action, because it is already a shortened window. We know that. The more time that we can give the manager with any potential new signings would be most welcome, I'm sure. So let's wait and see what happens on Calafiori, but it doesn't look like Liverpool are at the table at this moment in time. Now, another player who Fabrizio Romano has mentioned Liverpool being interested in and having made contact with the agent of the player is Ederson of Atalanta. But it seems that has stalled as well. He said, Liverpool have had several contacts with the agent of Ederson, so it would not be a surprise if Liverpool do sign a midfielder, but as of yet, no progression in those talks. I hope that we do sign Ederson. I really, really do. It's looking less likely as the weeks go by, but he's my number one target for that midfield role. Maybe you guys have a different one. Let me know in the comment section. By the way, if it's going to be Kimmich, I think he may go to Barcelona or Manchester City based off reports. And also, while I was mentioning clubs that did business already in this window, I forgot to mention that, of course, Savinho coming into Manchester City as well. So you can include them in a club that has already done some business. Now, to finish up today, the good news, or at least what I hope is good news. There are a load of reports coming out to suggest that Liverpool are prepared to and are going to pay the release clause for Nico Williams. First question you're going to have for me is, Craig, what about his wages? It is about £300,000 a week that he's asking for, according to reports. And there is a way that Liverpool could make that happen. It's kind of unpalatable for some of you, but you know where I'm going with it. Yes, I am talking about Mohamed Salah and moving him on. But even if we don't, remember, we've freed up £18.7 million per season in wages alone just by moving on Joel Matip, Thiago Alcantara, and of course Adrian. It's believed that Thiago earned about 10.3 million quid a year, Joel Matip at about 100 grand a week, so just over 5 million quid a year, and 60 grand a week for Adrian, making it that 18.7 million pound. So 300 grand a week, so about 15 million quid a year. So we can easily do it. The wiggle room is there, and remember, his release clause is just 45 million pound. So what I'm saying to you good people is, don't let it put you off. It is possible. And we're going to be told about wage structures and all this, but ultimately we're also told if we can afford it and it makes good sense for the club, we can do it. Well, I hope we do this, because he's looking like a real revelation. A piece coming out of Spain, Nacional, say Liverpool are prepared to activate the release clause this summer in Nico Williams' contract. 46.5 million quid is the deal. For me, it's a no-brainer. You've seen how good he is at the Euros. And even if we do keep Diaz and Gakpo, which, by the way, we're absolutely keeping Gakpo, the Diaz part, that's still kind of up in the air based off reports of interest in him. You could still use Williams across the front line. We do need to find a long-term successor on the right for Mohamed Salah, whether he sees out his last deal of his year and moves on or not. Even if he stays for 2 more years, we still need to look to the future there. Yes, Ben Doak has the opportunity, but he is still a very young man coming back from an injury as well. So for me, this will be an astute piece of business and a real statement signing for Liverpool without having to be held to ransom over the transfer fee. So I'm very, very hopeful that we do see Nico Williams at Anfield, but I'm not going to say it's likely or it is going to happen anytime soon, but it is positive to see these reports coming out of Spain. What I hope isn't the case is that Barcelona end up getting him and they have the whole, well, Liverpool tried, but he wanted to come to Barcelona. That's my fear in all of this. But it is now over to you guys. That's all I've got for today so far, but we will be back tonight, 8:30. Don't know where my voice is going there, by the way, sorry. We will be back tonight, 8:30, for the late night agenda. Look forward to seeing you then. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a lovely day, and we'll catch up soon. Bye-bye.